What I'm about to share may surprise you, perhaps even shock you. If you're watching this video right now, it's not by coincidence. God has led you here because something powerful is happening in your life. You are shifting from wanting to having. Yes, you heard me correctly. The very things you've been praying for, hoping for, and waiting for are no longer distant desires on the horizon. They are already moving into your reality. This is far more than a simple change in mindset. It's a profound spiritual and energetic transformation. As a chosen one, you're on the brink of witnessing doors opening and opportunities aligning in ways that will leave you speechless. To fully embrace and harness the power of this shift, it's crucial to understand how it works. Before we dive into this life-changing message, I invite you to pause for a moment and do 3 powerful things. Hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and leave a comment with the number 11, a number resonating with spiritual alignment and divine timing. If you are truly a chosen one, you'll watch this video until the end because your spirit already knows this message is for you. Those not ready for the truth may not make it, but for those who do, your life will never be the same. Let's begin. There were whispers behind your back, voices filled with doubt and ready to pounce at the slightest sign of weakness. They thought they knew your story, the one they had carefully crafted in their minds to fit their own limited expectations. They won't make it, they sneered. They're not strong enough. They'll fall. They watched you closely, waiting for the cracks to appear, eagerly anticipating the moment they could point and say, "I told you so." But what they didn't realize was that you were built for this journey, forged by trials far greater than they could ever imagine. Every challenge they thought would break you became a stepping stone, a test of your strength that only made you stronger. It wasn't just your determination that took them by surprise. It was the quiet, unshakable resolve you carried deep within. They expected you to stumble, to falter under the weight of life's obstacles. But instead, you moved forward, step by deliberate step, with a focus so steady it left them stunned. Where they saw failure, you saw opportunity. Where they saw defeat, you uncovered the chance to rise even higher. Your journey became a mirror, one they couldn't ignore. It reflected not your weaknesses but their insecurities, their inability to see beyond their own fears and limitations. They underestimated you because they couldn't fathom a strength like yours, a strength that didn't seek validation or approval but thrived quietly, persistently, and powerfully. Each time they whispered behind your back, waiting for your collapse, they only fueled your resolve. Their doubts became the fire that propelled you forward, the energy you needed to prove, not to them but to yourself, that you were capable of so much more. What they didn't understand was that your endurance was not just physical or mental, it was spiritual. It was born from a place they couldn't touch, a place of unwavering belief that your purpose was far greater than their judgments. As they watched, their narrative unraveled. The person they thought would break was unbreakable. The one they believed would falter kept rising, leaving them speechless. Their hopes for your downfall shattered as they saw your resilience in action. A resilience that turned every setback into a comeback, every obstacle into an opportunity. In the end, it wasn't your failures that they were forced to confront, but their own misjudgment. You didn't just defy their expectations, you transcended them. And as you stood stronger, steadier, and higher than they ever thought possible, they were left with no choice but to watch in awe, knowing they had witnessed something they never believed could happen. Your undeniable, unstoppable rise. The first time they underestimated you, it was their greatest mistake. They looked at your quiet nature and misjudged it as weakness. They assumed you were just another face in the crowd, another dreamer too fragile to withstand the challenges of life, too timid to rise above mediocrity. They were quick to write you off, convinced that you lacked the strength or determination to make a real impact. But what they failed to see was the quiet storm within you, the fire that burned steadily beneath the surface. You didn't need to shout to prove your worth or demand attention to assert your presence. Instead, you focused on your path, pouring your energy into your goals. Every step forward you took, every quiet victory you claimed, spoke louder than the noise they created. While they busied themselves with judgments and assumptions, you stayed committed to the work, letting your progress speak for itself. You didn't seek validation from anyone because you didn't need it. Your belief in yourself was all the fuel you required. Their doubts, their underestimation, and their misplaced confidence in your failure became the very foundation of your strength. They couldn't see the depth of your resolve or the unshakable strength you carried within. Their misjudgment became your greatest weapon, a silent motivator that drove you to rise higher than even you thought possible. With every doubt they cast, you built another stepping stone toward greatness. In their blindness, they didn't just underestimate your potential. They handed you the fuel to transform every whisper of doubt into a roaring testament of success. What they thought would limit you only propelled you further, leaving them to marvel at a fire they never saw coming. The world has a way of putting people into boxes, defining their worth, their abilities, and their future based on narrow assumptions. It creates labels and molds, expecting everyone to conform to its expectations. But from the very beginning, you were never meant to fit into their boxes. You were destined to break free. Time and time again, they tried to impose their limits on you. They told you what you couldn't do, who you couldn't be, and how far you would never go. Yet every time you shattered their expectations, the labels they placed on you weren't confinements. They became challenges. And with every challenge, you met it head-on, armed with courage that refused to waver. You didn't just meet the expectations set for you, you obliterated them. Where others saw walls, you saw doors waiting to be opened. Where they saw barriers, you found stepping stones. Each limit they tried to impose became another opportunity for you to prove them wrong. Not out of spite, but because you knew their opinions could never define your potential. With every barrier you broke, you moved closer to becoming the person you were always meant to be. The journey wasn't just about defying their expectations, it was about discovering the greatness within yourself. They thought they knew your limits. They believed they had you figured out. But they were wrong. What they didn't realize was that your spirit was never bound by their rules. You were born to rise, to break free, and to create a life that defies the molds the world tried to shape you into. And with every step forward, you continue to prove that their limits were never yours to begin with. For so long, they tried to control you. They dictated your every move, deciding what path you should take, who you should be, and how far you could go. Their expectations weighed heavily on you, their manipulations subtle, yet suffocating, and their pressures designed to keep you in line. You carried their judgments, their fears, and their vision for your life as though it was your own. But deep down, you knew this wasn't your path. You knew you were made for more. Then came the moment of realization, a powerful, undeniable truth. You could no longer live under their control. It wasn't anger or defiance that moved you. It was clarity. You saw the chains they had placed around you for what they truly were, limitations built from their insecurities and fears. It was time to break free, to step out of their shadow and into your own light. Letting go wasn't easy. The chains weren't just physical. They had rooted themselves in your mind and spirit. Breaking free meant confronting years of conditioning, questioning everything you had been told to believe. But you fought through it all, determined to reclaim what was rightfully yours, your independence, your identity, your future. And once you broke free, there was no turning back. The moment you chose yourself, you began to see the strength within you that had been hidden all along. It was a strength born not just of survival, but of transformation. You realized you were capable of far more than they ever allowed you to believe. This wasn't just an act of rebellion. It was a necessary awakening. By stepping into your power, you became the person you were always destined to be, free, strong, and unshakable. And now, nothing can hold you back. The odds were stacked against you from the very beginning. You didn't have the resources others seem to effortlessly possess, the support system that so many take for granted, or even the belief of those around you. Everywhere you turned, it felt like the world was betting against you. But despite it all, you didn't stop. You refused to give up on yourself or your dreams, even when everything seemed to be working against you. Instead of letting adversity crush you, you learned to turn it into fuel. Every setback, every obstacle, became a spark that ignited your determination. Each time they told you it was impossible, you didn't just ignore them. You made it possible. You didn't rely on their approval or validation. You relied on your own inner strength and faith that you were meant for something greater. Your journey wasn't just about proving them wrong. It went far deeper than that. It was about proving to yourself that you were capable of rising above anything life threw your way. You realized that the greatest battle wasn't with the world, but within yourself, to silence the doubts, overcome the fear, and push forward when it felt easier to give in. With every challenge, you didn't just survive, you grew. With every failure, you didn't just stumble, you learned. Each trial became a lesson, each roadblock a stepping stone toward the person you were becoming. The odds may have been against you, but they were never strong enough to stop you. You turned your struggles into strength, your pain into progress, and your setbacks into stepping stones. Now, as you stand where others thought you'd never reach, your story isn't just one of triumph. It's a testament to the power of resilience, courage, and unwavering self-belief. What truly sets you apart isn't just your resilience. It's the extraordinary power that comes from within. This power is not loud or boastful. It doesn't demand attention. Instead, it resides quietly but firmly in the depths of your being, a constant force that sustains and strengthens you in ways that others can only marvel at. This power is far greater than physical strength. It transcends the limitations of the body and lives in your mind, heart, and spirit. It is mental clarity, the ability to stay focused and determined when chaos surrounds you. It is emotional depth, allowing you to process pain, learn from it, and rise above it without losing your compassion or sense of self. It is spiritual grounding, a connection to something greater than yourself that gives you purpose and perspective even in your darkest hours. Through every storm, this power has been your anchor, holding you steady when the winds of doubt tried to knock you down. When the path ahead seemed unclear, it became your compass, guiding you forward with unwavering assurance. While others may have faltered under pressure, you pressed on, driven by this inner force that refused to let you give up. What makes this power so remarkable is that it cannot be taken from you. It is entirely yours, a gift that grows stronger every time you face adversity. It doesn't diminish with time or fade with hardship. Instead, it deepens, becoming an unstoppable force that propels you toward your destiny. This inner strength is your greatest ally, your quiet superpower. It's not always visible to the outside world, but its presence is undeniable, both to you and to anyone fortunate enough to witness the incredible heights it enables you to reach. Every great journey has a turning point, a moment so profound that it alters the course of everything that comes after. For you, that moment wasn't just a simple change. It was a complete transformation, a shift that redefined how you saw yourself and the life you were meant to lead. In that moment, you went from questioning your abilities to embracing your inherent greatness. The doubts that once held you back no longer had a place in your mind. You realized that the struggles you had endured weren't designed to break you, but to mold you into the person you were always destined to become. The challenges you faced weren't obstacles. They were stepping stones, each one preparing you for something greater. It was as if a veil had been lifted, and for the first time, you could see the strength, potential, and purpose that had always been within you. The fears that once paralyzed you began to fade, replaced by an unwavering belief in yourself and the journey ahead. From that moment on, there was no going back. You stopped hesitating and started moving forward with boldness and intention. You embraced the power that had always been inside you, that quiet, unshakable force that had carried you through every storm. With every step you took, you walked more confidently toward your destiny, knowing that you were no longer defined by past failures or external expectations. This transformation wasn't just about rising above challenges. It was about stepping into your true self. It was a declaration to the world and to yourself that you were ready to claim the life you were meant to live, no matter what lay ahead. From that moment, your journey became unstoppable, and your path became a testament to the incredible power of self-belief and transformation. The world often defines success by material measures, wealth, status, and public recognition. It sets a standard that many chase, often losing themselves in the process. But for you, success was never about fitting into someone else's mold or meeting societal expectations. For you, true success is something far deeper. It's about personal growth, resilience, and living a life that aligns with your greater purpose. You've learned that success isn't something the world can hand to you, nor is it something that can be taken away. You've redefined what it means to succeed on your own terms, and in doing so, you've liberated yourself from the endless chase for external validation. For you, success is not about how others perceive you, but about how true you are to yourself. Every step forward is a victory, not because it's recognized by others, but because it reflects your commitment to becoming the person you are meant to be. Success is the quiet pride you feel when you've overcome a challenge, the satisfaction of knowing you stayed true to your values, and the peace that comes from living authentically. This new definition has freed you. You no longer measure yourself by comparisons or competition. Instead, you measure your progress by the distance you've traveled on your journey and the lessons you've learned along the way. For you, success isn't a destination, but a way of living. It's about embracing your path, no matter how unconventional, and finding joy in the process of becoming. By choosing to live in alignment with your purpose, you've unlocked a form of success that no wealth or recognition could ever provide: true fulfillment. Your rise isn't just a personal triumph, it's a ripple effect that will reach far beyond what you can imagine, inspiring generations to come. Your story, shaped by resilience and fueled by unwavering determination, will serve as a beacon of hope for others. It will encourage those who feel trapped by their circumstances to defy the odds, rise above their challenges, and pursue their own greatness. Every step you've taken, every obstacle you've overcome, has not only been for you but for those who will look to your journey as proof that it's possible to achieve the extraordinary. Your victories carry a message that even when the world counts you out, even when the odds seem insurmountable, the power within you can lead to unimaginable heights. You were chosen for something far greater than yourself, a purpose that transcends personal success. Your journey is a testament to the strength of the human spirit and the potential that lies within each of us. It is a reminder that greatness isn't about being flawless. It's about being courageous, determined, and willing to keep moving forward even when the path is unclear. Though the world may not have been ready for you before, they can no longer deny your presence. Now they will witness the greatness you were born to achieve. Your journey is just beginning, and its impact will ripple outward, touching lives and changing perspectives. This isn't just your story, it's a legacy in the making, a legacy that will inspire others to believe in their own power, pursue their purpose, and rise to their own greatness. The world is watching now, and what they will see is a life that defies limits and ignites hope. You were never meant to live a life of mediocrity. From the moment you took your first breath, a greater destiny was in store for you. Every challenge, every triumph, has been leading you to this moment. You are living proof that no matter the odds, greatness is possible. Your purpose is woven into the fabric of the universe. As you continue to walk this path, there is no limit to the heights you will reach. This is your time to rise, to inspire, and to transform the world around you. The chosen one isn't just a title, it's a destiny, and you are living it. Imagine this for a moment. Every heartbreak you've endured, every sleepless night spent wrestling with doubt, every moment you questioned your worth, it has all been preparing you for this very moment. Not just this video, not just this fleeting instant, but this entire lifetime. You are not here by accident. You've felt it, haven't you? That subtle yet undeniable pull. That inexplicable sense whispering that there is something different about you. Something extraordinary. But what if I told you that the struggles, the chaos, the pain, they weren't random? They were signs. Signs that you are among the most powerful chosen ones. But let's pause. Let's begin where it truly matters, with the first and most important question. Do you feel like you don't belong in this world? Not in a way that makes you sad or lost, but in a way that quietly suggests you were made for something beyond this. Sign number 1, the hidden fire within. The truth is, chosen ones often feel like strangers in an ordinary world. You might glance at the world around you, the predictable routines, the shallow conversations, the endless pursuit of material comforts, and feel a deep, unsettling disconnection. It's as if you're walking through life observing everything from a distance, sensing that there's something more, something deeper beneath the surface that others can't seem to see. But hear me clearly, this feeling is not a curse, it's a call to rise above the noise, to break free from the illusions of comfort and conformity, and to step boldly into the purpose you were designed for. What separates the chosen ones is their vision. We don't just see the world for what it is, we see it for what it could become. We sense possibilities where others see limitations. We feel the weight of untapped potential in every interaction, every injustice, every moment of stillness. And this deeper awareness isn't by accident. It's the first undeniable sign that you are among the most powerful chosen ones. Your inner flame refuses to be extinguished. No matter how many storms life has hurled at you, the fire inside you keeps burning. Maybe it's your dreams that won't let go of you. Maybe it's a vision for something greater, a passion that refuses to die, or an unshakable will to keep moving forward. Whatever it is, there's something inside you that refuses to be silenced. Even when you've been knocked down, once, twice, 100 times, you rise. But let me share a deeper truth. That inner fire isn't just resilience, it's purpose. Think about it. Why would the universe test you so fiercely if you weren't meant to overcome it all? Why would you be given this relentless strength if there wasn't a greater reason for your existence? Every heartbreak, every setback, every failure, it wasn't sent to break you. It was sent to forge you, to shape you into the person capable of carrying out a purpose far bigger than you can imagine. Let's make this personal. Reflect on the hardest moment you've ever faced. Was it betrayal by someone you trusted? A devastating loss that left you breathless? A failure so profound it shattered your confidence? Now ask yourself this. Did it destroy me, or did it prepare me? Because here's the truth about chosen ones. We don't crumble under pressure. We transform. Every scar becomes a story of survival. Every setback becomes a stepping stone to growth. Every disappointment becomes a redirection, guiding you closer to your true calling. And here's the most sacred secret I need you to understand. That relentless drive you feel, that fire pushing you to keep going even when you're exhausted, that didn't come from you alone. It was placed within you, a divine spark gifted to you the very moment you were born. You didn't earn it. You can't lose it. It's simply who you are. But that brings us to a question that only you can answer. What are you doing with that fire? It's not enough to simply survive. You were not chosen to merely get by. You were chosen to thrive, to lead, to awaken, to create. So how are you using the fire within you to shape the world around you? Are you feeding it with bold action and courageous choices? Or are you dimming it to fit into spaces too small for your spirit? Because here's the truth. That fire was never meant to be contained. It wasn't given to you to keep you warm and comfortable. It was given to you to set the world ablaze, to spark change, to inspire others. to light the way for those still trapped in darkness. But here's the part most people won't tell you. If you don't use that fire, it will turn inward. The very thing that was meant to empower you can become the source of frustration, restlessness, and even pain if you ignore it. Because chosen ones are not meant to sit still. We are meant to move, to create, to build, to lead. So I ask you again, what are you doing with that fire? Are you letting it burn freely, guiding you toward your purpose? Or are you letting fear, doubt, and comfort smother it? Because this fire is your greatest gift, but it is also your greatest responsibility. The world is waiting for your light, waiting for your voice, waiting for the impact only you can make. So stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop waiting to feel ready. Start now. Feed the fire. Let it burn brighter. Let it lead you. Because the world doesn't need more people going through the motions. It needs more fire. And that fire is you. Sign number 2, living with purpose and power. Being chosen isn't about merely surviving life's challenges. It's about thriving in the face of them. It's about rising above the noise and the chaos, embracing your unique gifts and using them to create something far greater than yourself. You were not placed here to simply exist. You were not meant to drift through life, conforming to the world's expectations. No, you were called to stand out, to rise up, and to fulfill a purpose that reaches far beyond your own life. So, let me ask you this. Are you truly chasing your highest potential, or are you shrinking to fit into a world that was never meant to contain you? It's a difficult question, but it's one that demands your honest reflection. Too often, we dim our light to make others comfortable. We shrink our dreams to avoid standing out, to avoid criticism or rejection. But chosen ones don't settle. They don't water themselves down to fit into spaces that were never meant for them. Chosen ones understand something profoundly important. Your inner fire wasn't given to you just to light your own path. It was given to you to illuminate the world. And that brings us to one of the most undeniable signs that you are among the chosen. You carry a deep, unexplainable connection to others. Have you ever walked into a room and instantly felt the energy shift? Maybe the atmosphere became lighter, warmer, calmer. Or perhaps people have told you, without prompting, that they feel safe around you, that your presence brings them peace, clarity, or comfort. This isn't about ego. It's not about charisma or being the center of attention. It's something far deeper. It's energy. Chosen ones carry a unique, magnetic energy. It's not something that can be taught or faked. It's born from experience, from enduring pain, heartbreak, failure, and still choosing to stand tall. It's the result of being tested and broken, yet emerging stronger, softer, and wiser. And in that breaking, in that burning away of everything superficial, we've become vessels for something far greater than ourselves. But here's where the paradox lies. Your openness is both your greatest strength and your greatest vulnerability. The same light that draws people to you can also attract those who are not meant to stay. Some people are drawn to your energy because they sense your strength, your compassion, your understanding. But not everyone who is drawn to you has pure intentions. Some are there to drain you, to take without giving, to pull from your light without ever contributing to it. Others may test your boundaries, seeing how much of yourself you're willing to give away before you recognize the need to protect your energy. And so I must ask you, who are you allowing into your sacred space? This is not a question of judgment, but one of discernment. Even the strongest among us need protection. Even the brightest flames need shielding from the cold winds of doubt, negativity, and distraction. Your energy is not infinite. It is sacred. It is powerful. But it must be nurtured and protected. It's easy to give, thinking that it's our responsibility to heal and help everyone who crosses our path. But the truth is, not everyone is meant to walk this journey with you. Not everyone deserves access to your heart, your mind, or your spirit. Boundaries are not barriers. They are gates. gates that allow in those who align with your purpose and gently close to those who seek to harm or drain you. So, take a moment to reflect. Are you surrounding yourself with people who uplift you, who challenge you to grow, who add to your light? Or are you allowing people into your life who take and take, leaving you feeling empty, drained, and lost? Because here's what I need you to understand. Protecting your energy is not selfish. It's necessary. You cannot pour from an empty cup. You cannot light the way for others if your own flame is flickering. And remember this: your light is too precious to be dimmed by people who cannot handle its brilliance. So guard your heart, protect your spirit, nurture your soul, because the world needs your light to shine as brightly as it possibly can. Sign number 3, the unshakable sense of purpose. Here's the third, and perhaps the most profound sign that you are among the chosen. You feel an unshakable sense of purpose, even if you don't fully understand it yet. There's a quiet, persistent voice within you, a gentle but constant knowing that you are here for something greater, something significant, something that could change the world. Maybe you can't explain it. Maybe you've never been able to put it into words. But that feeling has always been there, hasn't it? A whisper in your soul that refuses to be silenced. Yet despite feeling this deep calling, you might find yourself wondering, but what exactly is it? What am I supposed to do? You've probably tried different paths, pursued different careers, formed relationships, chased various dreams, only to feel like none of them quite fit. Like wearing shoes that aren't made for you, no matter how much you try to break them in. And maybe, just maybe, this has left you feeling restless or even frustrated. You might have questioned yourself, wondering if you're failing because nothing seems to align. But what if I told you that this restlessness isn't a sign of failure at all? What if it's proof that your purpose is bigger than you can currently comprehend? Here's a truth that took me years to understand. Purpose isn't about knowing, it's about trusting. Trusting that every step, even the missteps, the detours, and the dead ends, are leading you somewhere meaningful. Trusting that the universe, God, or whatever higher power you believe in, is working in your favor, even when it feels like everything is falling apart. You see, we live in a world that constantly demands certainty. We're told we need a clear plan, a 5-year roadmap, and measurable goals. But true purpose doesn't work like that. Purpose is not always a clear destination. It's a journey, a series of small steps, each one revealing more of the path ahead. But here's where it gets challenging. We often wait. We wait for clarity. We wait for permission. We wait for the perfect time. But let me challenge you with this. What if you stopped waiting for clarity and started acting with faith? What if you trusted that the very act of moving forward, even when you don't have all the answers, is what will eventually lead you to where you're meant to be? Because here's the truth. Purpose isn't something you find. It's something you create. It's not hidden behind some locked door you need to unlock. It's not waiting for you on some distant horizon. It's right here, right now. It's in the way you treat the people around you, with kindness, compassion, and love. It's in the way you choose courage over comfort, even when it terrifies you. It's in the risks you take, the passions you pursue, and the authenticity you bring to every situation. Purpose is built in the ordinary moments, not just the extraordinary ones. So, let me ask you, if you knew without a doubt that you were chosen for greatness, how would you live differently? Would you stop holding back? Would you finally start that project you've been dreaming about? Would you speak your truth without fear of judgment? Would you take that leap of faith, trusting that the net will appear? Think about it. How many dreams have you delayed because you were waiting to feel ready? How many opportunities have you passed up because you doubted yourself? But here's something you need to hear. You will never feel fully ready. And that's okay. You're not supposed to. Because purpose doesn't require you to be ready. It requires you to be willing. Willing to take the first step. Willing to stumble. Willing to grow. Every great journey begins with a step forward into the unknown. And yes, it might be uncomfortable. It might even be scary, but every step you take will build momentum. Every action you take will bring more clarity. You were chosen for this life, for this moment, for this calling. So I ask you again, if you truly believed you were destined for greatness, how would you live today? Would you rise earlier to work on your dreams? Would you stop shrinking yourself to fit into spaces too small for your spirit? Would you speak life into others, knowing your words carry weight and healing? This is your permission. Stop waiting. Start creating. Because every moment you delay, the world is missing out on the impact only you can make. You don't need to know every detail of the journey. You just need to begin. Sign number 4, becoming the light. Chosen ones are not here to live ordinary lives. We are not here to blend in, to follow the crowd, or to settle for mediocrity. We are here to lead, to awaken others, to create legacies that outlive us, to ignite flames in souls that are still asleep. But let's be honest, this path is not an easy one. Stepping into your power comes with great responsibility. It demands more from you than most people are willing to give. It requires you to rise above fear, self-doubt, and the comfort of familiarity. It calls you to live boldly, to step forward even when your knees tremble, and to shine brightly even when the darkness feels overwhelming. It means no longer hiding, no longer waiting, no longer dimming your light to make others comfortable. It means becoming the light, even when it feels safer to stay in the shadows. And so I must ask you, what part of yourself have you been hiding? Is it your creativity, your voice, your compassion, your leadership? Think about it. How many times have you silenced your ideas out of fear they wouldn't be accepted? How often have you hesitated to share your truth because you worried it wouldn't be enough? But here's a truth you need to hear and believe with every fiber of your being. Your vulnerability is your greatest strength. The parts of you that feel broken, imperfect, or uncertain, those are the parts that make you real. And it's not perfection that inspires people. It's authenticity. People don't need you to have all the answers. They don't need you to be flawless. What they need is to see someone who dares to show up exactly as they are, raw, honest, and human. They need to see that it's possible to be both flawed and extraordinary at the same time. But let me be clear. Recognizing your gifts is not enough. You must act. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop waiting to feel ready. Because here's the truth. The perfect moment will never come. There will always be reasons to wait. Doubts, fears, what-ifs. But none of those reasons are enough to justify staying small. So, start. Write the book that's been on your heart for years. Create the art that speaks your truth. Launch the business that could change lives. Speak your truth, even if your voice shakes. Because when you do, when you step forward in faith, the universe will rise to meet you. Doors will open. Opportunities will appear. People will show up to support you. Not by accident, not by luck, but because you finally aligned with your purpose. And here's the greatest truth of all. The world doesn't need more noise. It doesn't need more empty words, more surface-level conversations, or more people pretending to be something they're not. The world needs more light. And that light is you. Your perspective, your voice, your energy, your story. No one else can offer what you have. No one else can carry the message you were born to deliver. So, I'll leave you with this. What will you do with the gift of being chosen? Will you rise? Will you lead? Will you step into your calling with courage and conviction? Because the world is waiting. Will you answer the call? Thank you so much for being here and sharing this moment with me. If this message spoke to your soul, if it awakened something within you, I invite you to join this journey of growth and purpose. Subscribe to this channel for more inspiring content designed to empower you to step fully into your divine calling. And if this message resonated with you, please like this video and share it with someone who needs to hear this today. Until next time, keep shining. Have you ever felt a deep, unshakable sense that you're different, set apart for something greater? If you are one of the chosen ones, then there are sacred truths about your journey that must remain hidden from others. Not because of fear, but because the power you carry is immense, and revealing it too soon or to the wrong people can invite energies that may interfere with your path. In today's video, we'll dive into why secrecy is vital for those who are chosen. There's a delicate balance between sharing your light and protecting the divine purpose within you. Some knowledge is meant only for you, to be nurtured and protected until the right time. Understanding this will keep you aligned with your mission and allow you to grow stronger in your spiritual calling. Before we begin, if you resonate with this message and are seeking more guidance on your journey, consider subscribing to our channel. We're here to provide insight and support as you walk this extraordinary path. Now let's explore why keeping this sacred knowledge to yourself is so important. Part 1. Silence as a source of strength. In the constant buzz of modern life, silence has become a rare and precious gift. Yet, for those on a spiritual path, it's more than just the absence of noise. It is a state of deep presence, a powerful tool that fosters clarity, insight, and inner strength. True silence isn't simply refraining from speaking. It's the act of honoring the sacredness of your spiritual experiences, allowing them to take root and grow within you, free from the influence of outside opinions. When we share our spiritual insights too quickly or too openly, we risk diminishing their potency, diluting the very essence of their meaning. Silence offers us a sanctuary, a space to reflect, process, and truly absorb the lessons we receive. As you move deeper into your spiritual journey, your insights will become more profound, more intricate, and layered with meaning. By giving them the quiet time they deserve, you allow them to reveal their true wisdom. Just as a seed must rest in the darkness of the soil to flourish into its fullest expression, so too do your revelations need the stillness of your inner world to unfold and mature fully. Beyond this, silence serves as a form of protection. By keeping your spiritual discoveries close to your heart, you shield them from the projections, misunderstandings, and judgments of those who may not be equipped to grasp their depth. This isn't about secrecy out of fear, but rather about wisdom and discernment. Not everyone is ready to understand the dimensions of your experiences, and by withholding them, you safeguard both yourself and others from confusion or misinterpretation. In a world where oversharing has become the norm, the ability to remain silent is a rare and profound expression of wisdom, one that not only guards your spiritual growth, but also honors the sacred path you walk. Part 2. The lessons of Joseph and the dangers of premature revelation. The story of Joseph from the Bible holds a profound and timeless lesson about the perils of revealing too much before the right time. Joseph, the beloved son of Jacob, was gifted with prophetic dreams that hinted at his future greatness. In one dream, he saw his brothers' sheaves of grain bowing down to his own, a powerful symbol of the authority he would one day hold over them. But when Joseph shared these dreams with his family, instead of inspiring awe or understanding, it only fueled their jealousy and resentment. His own brothers, consumed with envy, plotted against him, leading to his betrayal and near death. This story serves as a powerful reminder that not everyone is ready to understand or embrace your vision, no matter how truthful or divinely inspired it may be. Joseph's mistake wasn't in having the dream. It was in revealing it too soon, to those who weren't prepared to comprehend its significance. The lesson here is clear. Possessing spiritual insight or knowledge isn't enough. The real wisdom lies in knowing when to share, and more importantly, with whom. Joseph's journey was filled with trials, but through these hardships, he learned the art of patience and discretion. It was through silence and strategic revelation that Joseph ultimately fulfilled his destiny, rising to greatness when the time was right. His story highlights the importance of timing in the spiritual path. There are truths and insights that must be guarded until the world, or the people around you, are truly ready to receive them. Sharing too early can bring misunderstanding, judgment, or even animosity, not because your vision is flawed, but because the world isn't yet ready to see what you see. This narrative teaches us that wisdom is more than knowledge. It is the discernment of timing. There is a sacred balance between silence and speech, and understanding when to reveal your dreams is as crucial as the dreams themselves. Joseph's ultimate success came not just from his abilities, but from his growth in knowing when to remain quiet and when to speak. His story is a testament to the power of discretion, showing us that sometimes the greatest strength lies not in sharing, but in waiting. Wisdom, after all, lies in recognizing that not every truth needs to be told immediately. Some revelations are meant to be nurtured in secret until the world is ready to hear them. Part 3. The Sacred Duty of the Chosen Ones. For those who feel the undeniable call to walk the spiritual path, this calling comes with immense responsibility. The insights you gain along the way are not simply fascinating pieces of knowledge to be shared lightly. They are transformative truths with the power to shape lives, both yours and those around you. As a chosen one, your purpose goes beyond merely understanding these truths. It is your duty to safeguard them. This requires a level of discernment that asks you to keep certain aspects of your journey private, not from fear, but out of deep respect for the sacred knowledge that has been entrusted to you. Throughout history, spiritual leaders, shamans, and mystics have long recognized the value of secrecy in protecting divine wisdom. In ancient mystery schools, students were often bound by oaths of silence regarding the teachings they received. This was not intended to create exclusivity or elitism, but to ensure that sacred knowledge remained protected, free from the dangers of misuse or misinterpretation by those not yet ready to grasp its full depth. Similarly, in today's world, spiritual seekers must honor the sanctity of their journey. Revealing too much, too quickly, can not only derail your own progress, but can also confuse or mislead others who are not yet prepared for the insights you hold. The spiritual path is often deeply personal, requiring moments of solitude and inner reflection. In keeping your insights close to your heart, you carve out a sacred space where you can explore, grow, and evolve at your own pace, without the need for validation or approval from others. This silence becomes a form of protection, allowing you to nurture the purity of your spiritual experiences. It shields your journey from being influenced or tainted by external opinions, especially from those who may not be able to comprehend the significance or depth of what you've discovered. Furthermore, silence grants you the freedom to truly integrate your spiritual wisdom without the pressure of external expectations or judgments. By not rushing to share, you allow your insights to unfold naturally, evolving in their own time and deepening in meaning. In doing so, you ensure that your spiritual growth remains authentic, aligned with your highest purpose and unshaken by the misunderstandings of the world. Part 4. The Power of Vulnerability and Protection. Every spiritual seeker understands that vulnerability is a double-edged sword, both a profound gift and a potential risk. It is through openness and receptivity that we connect with higher realms of consciousness, unlocking deeper wisdom and spiritual insight. Yet this very openness also makes us susceptible to harm, both energetically and emotionally. For this reason, it's essential to protect your spiritual journey by keeping certain revelations and experiences private, preserving their sanctity and power. When you reveal your vulnerabilities too freely, you expose yourself to the risk of misunderstanding, ridicule, or even manipulation. In a world where spiritual experiences are often trivialized, dismissed, or mocked, the sacred nature of your personal journey can be easily compromised. Not everyone has the capacity to comprehend the profound depth of your experiences, and this lack of understanding can lead to judgment, envy, or even negative energetic consequences, such as psychic attack. Maintaining a veil of secrecy around your spiritual insights is not an act of hiding, but one of wisdom and self-protection. By safeguarding these sacred parts of yourself, you shield your spiritual growth from external distortions that could lead you astray. This doesn't mean closing yourself off from others entirely. Rather, it calls for discernment in deciding who is worthy of sharing in your deepest truths. It is a recognition that not all ears are prepared to hear, and not all hearts are ready to hold the weight of your revelations. Spiritual power, much like any other form of power, comes with immense responsibility. Just as a healer should not offer healing without the consent of those they seek to help, so too must those on the spiritual path be cautious about sharing their gifts and insights. The responsibility lies not only in protecting yourself, but in ensuring that the knowledge and energy you hold are not misused or misinterpreted by those who are not yet prepared for them. By being selective about what you share and with whom, you honor both the power and the fragility of your spiritual journey. You preserve the integrity of your experiences, allowing them to continue nurturing your growth without the interference of external influences. This careful approach ensures that your vulnerability becomes a strength, something to be cherished and protected as you walk the path of spiritual awakening. Part 5. The interconnectedness of spiritual insights and timing. One of the most profound teachings on the spiritual path is the understanding of the interconnectedness of all things. Every insight, every moment of awakening, is a thread in a vast and intricate tapestry that weaves together the truth of the universe. These revelations are not isolated flashes of wisdom. They are part of a grander unfolding, a cosmic plan that stretches beyond our limited perception. When we rush to share these spiritual insights prematurely, we disrupt the natural flow of this unfolding, potentially diminishing the depth and impact they are meant to have. Timing is not just important, it is essential on the spiritual journey. By respecting the divine rhythm of revelation and waiting for the right moment to share your knowledge, you allow the universe to channel its wisdom through you in the most profound and powerful way. Take, for example, the story of the Tower of Babel. Humanity, in its haste and arrogance, sought to reach divine knowledge without the proper spiritual preparation, leading to chaos and confusion. This ancient metaphor speaks to the dangers of seeking or revealing sacred truths before the proper foundation has been laid. True spiritual wisdom is not just about possessing knowledge. It requires a deep, stable spiritual foundation to hold and apply that knowledge. Without this grounding, sacred truths can become distorted or even destructive. Just as a fragile structure will crumble under the weight of a heavy load, a soul unprepared for profound spiritual revelations may falter when faced with their full intensity. Patience and discernment are vital in this process. By allowing your insights to mature within you, they gain potency and clarity, ensuring that when the time comes to share them, they will resonate deeply and transform those who are ready to receive them. This principle applies especially when exploring complex spiritual realms, such as past lives, energetic healing, or higher dimensional experiences. These areas of spiritual exploration require not just curiosity, but a certain level of inner maturity and readiness. When these profound truths are revealed to those who are not spiritually prepared, it can lead to confusion, fear, or even emotional distress. The discretion required in such situations is not about withholding information, but about safeguarding the sanctity of spiritual knowledge by waiting for the right moment, when both you and those around you are truly ready to understand and benefit from it. Honoring this delicate balance between revelation and restraint allows you to become a true vessel for the universe's wisdom. By practicing patience and cultivating discernment, you ensure that your insights are not only impactful, but transformative, resonating with the right people at the right time. The spiritual journey is not a race, it is a gradual unfolding, and the wisdom you carry will find its greatest power when shared in harmony with divine timing. Part 6. Navigating the material world with spiritual wisdom. In today's world, where social media dominates and material success is often celebrated as the pinnacle of achievement, staying true to your spiritual path can be an ongoing challenge. The pressure to constantly share every detail of your life, your thoughts, experiences, and even your spiritual journey can be overwhelming. Yet with each revelation, you open yourself up to external influences, opinions, and judgments that can subtly pull you away from your inner truth and distract you from your deeper purpose. One of the most powerful ways to protect your spiritual growth is through the art of maintaining secrecy around your personal goals and insights. This isn't about cutting yourself off from the world or hiding who you are. It's about being thoughtful and intentional about what you choose to share and with whom. When you keep certain aspects of your spiritual journey private, you create a sacred space where you can stay focused on your true priorities, your personal evolution, your connection to the divine, and your inner peace. By guarding these experiences, you prevent them from being diluted by the noise of the outside world and the misunderstandings of those who may not fully grasp their significance. In a society that often glorifies material wealth and outward success, the spiritual seeker must learn to embrace a different set of values, those rooted in simplicity, humility, and quiet strength. Flaunting your achievements, whether they are financial or even spiritual, can easily lead to envy, competition, or misunderstanding. These external distractions can cloud your vision and pull you away from the true essence of your spiritual path. When you choose a simpler, more private lifestyle, you free yourself from the need for constant validation from others. In doing so, you create more space in your life for genuine inner growth, unhindered by the expectations or judgments of the world around you. Simplicity brings clarity. A life not driven by the pursuit of recognition or material wealth allows you to focus on what truly matters, deepening your relationship with the divine, expanding your understanding of yourself, and cultivating a peaceful, balanced existence. By stepping away from the noise of the external world and embracing the beauty of a quieter, more intentional life, you align yourself with a deeper purpose, one that transcends fleeting successes and offers lasting fulfillment. Ultimately, choosing to keep your spiritual journey private is not an act of isolation. It's a form of empowerment. It allows you to nurture your spiritual gifts in a protected environment, free from the interference of external forces. In a world that constantly pulls us outward, this practice of inward reflection and discernment becomes a sanctuary, a place where you can reconnect with your true essence and move forward on your path with clarity, purpose, and grace. Part 7. Protecting and honoring your sacred experiences. One of the most awe-inspiring aspects of the spiritual journey is the profound connection to other dimensions, realms, and spiritual guides. These mystical encounters, whether experienced through deep meditation, vivid dreams, or altered states of consciousness, are often deeply transformative, offering insights and energies that have the power to elevate your understanding of life and the universe. Yet these experiences are also delicate, like fragile blooms in a hidden garden, and they must be treated with care and reverence to preserve their true power. When shared too openly or with the wrong audience, these sacred moments can easily be misunderstood, dismissed, or even ridiculed by those who are not attuned to the same spiritual frequency. To those unprepared, mystical experiences can seem irrational or like figments of imagination, and their deep significance may be lost in translation. By keeping these sacred encounters private, you not only protect their purity, but also allow their wisdom to continue nourishing your soul, guiding you on your path without external interference. It is essential to carve out a personal, sacred space where you can process and reflect on these spiritual experiences. Whether through journaling, dedicated meditation practices, or attending retreats, this private sanctuary gives you the room to fully absorb the lessons and energies that these encounters bring. By allowing them to settle deeply within you, free from the distortions of outside opinions, you can integrate their insights into your being in a way that strengthens your spiritual journey. Over time, there may come a moment when you feel it's right to share these experiences with a trusted mentor, a spiritual teacher, or a supportive community of like-minded souls who can appreciate and understand the depth of your journey. But until that time, safeguarding these sacred moments ensures that their energy remains untainted, their wisdom fully intact. By honoring the privacy of these encounters, you give them the space to unfold naturally, allowing their deeper meanings to emerge and guide you as you continue to evolve spiritually. In this way, you not only protect the integrity of your own path, but also nurture the sacredness of the connection you have with the divine realms. As a chosen one, Your journey is sacred, and your insights hold great power. But remember, not every truth is meant to be shared openly, and not everyone is ready to understand the depths of your experiences. By embracing silence and discretion, you honor the sacred path you walk, protecting the purity of your spiritual growth and the wisdom entrusted to you. As you move forward, trust in the timing of the universe and your own inner guidance. Keep what needs to be kept close, and share when the time is right with those who are ready to receive it. If this video resonates with you, we invite you to join our community by subscribing. Let's walk this journey together, supporting and uplifting each other in silence and strength. Share your thoughts or reflections in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Until next time, stay grounded, stay wise, and keep seeking.